or we've never interacted before, or you don't know who I am in Forever Living Products, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Charity Gabana. I'm a senior manager in Forever Living Products. Right now in my 8.5 year. So this year I'm gonna finish 9 years in Forever Living Products. My journey began in 2018, but I was shown the business in 2017, end of 2017. And the main reason why I joined Forever is because I just wanted money, honestly. Yeah, I just wanted money. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to help my parents back at home. I wanted to better, things back at home, and just help my parents live a comfortable life, and also raise the status of my family back at home. So that was one of the main reasons why I joined Forever Living. And I chose this vehicle of Forever because I did not have any other option. There were so many options out there, but they didn't look viable to me, and they didn't look promising to me, considering the goals, how soon and how quick I wanted to achieve my goals. So that is why I chose the Forever Living vehicle. The journey has been great. It has had its ups and downs, but through it all, it's been an amazing journey. I'm a senior manager in Forever Living right now. My organization is called Emerald Wealth Creation Team, because right now my goal, or rather my mission, is to teach people how we can build wealth, not just make money and pay bills for today, pay bills for tomorrow. No, make money that, or rather build an income that can be passed down to from generations and generations. Can you guys see my screen? Oh, I stopped sharing. Okay, let me share again. Okay, I think now you can see. Good. Yeah, so that is what my mission, or what I'm very passionate about right now, is to teach people how we can build something sustainable, how we can build something for the future, something that can serve our generations and generations to come. Yeah. Today's session is mostly on how to master a successful launch, because Forever Living, just like any other business, actually Forever Living is a very big business if you could compare it to many other businesses that around us needs to be launched. And once someone joins the business, that is their first time probably getting in contact with Forever. That is their first time getting in contact with our products. So it is important that we launch our businesses, and launch and relaunch and relaunch and relaunch, because you don't just launch the business the first time you join the business, or someone joins the business. Even an existing FBO can still launch the business. Even the level that I am right now, I can still launch the business, because on a daily basis we meet different people, we increase our network, we collect new contacts, we get to meet more people, and there are people some of them who don't know about Forever Living. So the launching that I'm going to talk about launching of new people when you bring in new FBOs into the business, and launching that you can still do and redo even if you're an existing FBO. Sawa sawa. So before I go into today's training, I want to ask a question. All right? I want to ask a question. Just a second. Hmm. Yeah, before we go into today's training, I want to ask a question. Yeah. When you join Forever Living, was your business launched to you? Okay. When you joined Forever Living, was your business launched to you, or was your business launched for you by your upline or your mentor? All right. And by launching, I mean, was your business or your products explained to people around you, your family, your friends, or even strangers, by the person who brought you into the business? All right. Higher. When you, if you're a team leader and you've brought in new people into the business, have you launched their business to their people? Have you launched their business to people on their contact list, to their friends, to their relatives, and to their neighbors. All right, don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. And I'm not asking about you signing up or you being registered as an FBO. No, I'm talking about launching. Like an event is organized or a training is organized online or on Zoom, and your people are explained to about the products or about the business, because signing up is not the same as launching. Yeah, so that is a rhetorical question. Ask yourself about it. And what do you think, if you were launched to, that is amazing, that is good. If your business was not launched, or if your products were not launched to people that do you feel like if that was done, maybe it would have bettered the outcome that you had when you were starting the business? Maybe it would have created some certain momentum. It would have helped you sell. It would have helped people that understand more about Forever Living products. Yeah. So that is a rhetorical question. Answer it yourself. And yeah. So let me give you guys an example. Months before, you guys know Apple. Yeah, they produce iPhones and the iPads and the laptops and all that. Every single year they launch new products. Yeah, like right now it's iPhone 17 in the market. Next it's iPhone 18, and I've started hearing noise about it. People are talking about the features that are gonna be on iPhone 18 and all that. Months and months and months before Apple launches a new product, what do? They start creating market awareness. They start creating excitement. They start giving people that a feeling of, they want to, we want to know what is new about this new product, or what is unique about this new product. So by the time this product gets into the market, you find that people are excited. People have been looking up to it. People are ready to purchase it. Yeah. And when this product is launched, or when Apple launches a new product, the same day that it is launched, you find that most of, they make so much sales. Yeah, they do a lot of businesses during that launching period. People even queue overnight to buy. People even pre-order iPhones. Yeah, and this is not just for Apple alone. There are other companies as well which launch products, like Safaricom. Every time they launch a new product, it is advertised. They use influencers to advertise it. By the time the day of launching is, it gets to the day of launching, people are looking forward to this new product, and they're probably maybe ready and with money to buy this product. So remember, no, from that story, people really get excited. People buy things that they get excited about. Yeah. So going back to Forever Living products, do you feel like maybe there's something different, or there's something more that we need to do when it comes to when people join the business, that can help to create excitement amongst them, or that can help to create excitement amongst the people that they know, so that by the time someone is starting the business, the business is already in momentum, business is already propelling, and business is already moving. So if billion-dollar companies like Apple, if billion-dollars companies like Safaricom, and every other big company that we know, do not leave launches to any chance. Like, any new product comes, they launch. New service comes, they launch. If billion-dollar companies like those do that, why not Forever Living products? Why not us as distributors, who have partnered with a $1 trillion, actually ours is not even billion, $1 trillion company? Why can't we do that? So why do we join Forever Living quietly? Yeah, why do we join Forever Living quietly and not launch our business? Why do we let our new people join Forever Living quietly and not help them join their business? Why do you start using Forever Living products and be quiet about them and not make noise about them? Why do we recruit people into the business and not introduce them properly, or rather launch them properly into the business? So if we expect big results, we have to start big. Because if we expect big results and do small introductions and do by the way introductions, it's gonna be a bit tricky. So if we do small introductions, that means we are also going to get small results, yeah, and you wonder why the business is not propelling, there is no momentum, the sales are a bit low, you sign up new people, they remain with stock, or maybe they quit or feel like the business is not working. It's because of the small launches that probably we have been doing. So the whole agenda, or rather, or today's meeting is not just about, it's not just any other Zoom meeting. Today we are learning how to create momentum from the moment someone says yes to Forever Living, momentum that brings customers, momentum that helps our new people start the business correctly or start the business with excitement. Because once excitement goes down, it takes a bit of time to bring back excitement in a new person. So we're going to learn about momentum that will help us to recruit, and also that will give us lasting growth. Sawa sawa. So with that said and done, leaders, with that said and done, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to learn a thing or two that we can implement to help us launch our businesses with momentum? If you're ready, type yes on the chat box, or send some fire emojis on the chat box. Yeah, are you ready? Because if every person in this Zoom meeting, I don't know how many we are, I'm unable to see the chat box. If every person in this Zoom meeting applies what we are going to learn and commits to launching, yeah, our the products and also the business, we are going to achieve massive results. We are going to cultivate momentum that is unstoppable, momentum that will propel, yani momentum ambayo iko unstoppable kabisa. So if you're ready, please type yes, 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 yes for me on the chat box. I'm not audible. Priscilla is saying I'm not audible. Yeah, Priscilla, maybe you can fix your network. Yeah, so if you're ready, yes. Amazing. So, mastering successful launches. I thought this topic would be very relevant for us to talk about it, because I've had a couple of people asking how we do launches. Because the last, I think, 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months, we've been doing, my team and I in Nakuru, we've been doing back to back to back to back launches. And as you guys can see, it has propelled some really good momentum. There's productivity, there's growth, and there's just good things happening in the business right now. Yeah. And the other reason why, of course, I thought it is important that I teach this is so that everyone is equipped and everyone knows the importance of a launch, how to do a launch, how to prepare for a launch. Because we are in the recruiting spree right now. We are signing up many people into the business. So when a lot of leaders know how to do it, it becomes easier. It becomes easier for many launches to happen at the same time. So what is a launch? A launch is a planned event or a campaign designed to introduce a product, a business opportunity, a program, or promotion in a way that creates excitement, urgency, and immediate action. Examples of launches in our business include launching a new distributor when they sign up with their combo, or when they sign up with stock, launching a new product, or launching products to people that you know, all right, or people even that you don't know, launching a fitness program that is basically training people about that particular product, because not everyone knows about our product. Like tomorrow, you can wake up and say you want to do a training on fitness, a training on C9, and you're going to invite everyone who's on your contact list. That is a launch on itself. Or even organize an event, or even organize a training in a hotel somewhere and train people on weight management or skincare. That is a launch. A launch is also a wellness challenge, a promotion to a new market, people who do not know about that product. That's why I had mentioned earlier that this launch that I'm going to talk about is not only for new people who've joined the business. Yeah, even us existing FBO, people who've been in the business for some time, you can still do a launch to new people that you met last week, people that you met maybe in an expo, people that you met in a launch. Basically is introducing them to a new product that they do not know, or a business opportunity opportunity that they do not know. So why are launches important? Number one, launches create momentum, and momentum breeds productivity. All right, momentum breeds success. When something is launched, remember, before you launch something, of course, you'll talk about it, you will invite people, you will send reminders. So when people join a launch that you organize, definitely there will be productivity. Some of them will buy, some of them will spread the news to other people, some of them will give you referrals, and that will build up momentum in your retail, and it will also build up momentum in your recruiting as well. Yeah, so launches are very, very important. And guys, in our business, it is us to bring the momentum, it is us to cultivate the momentum. Don't wait for anyone to bring the momentum in your business. If right now maybe your recruiting is your team building, or your recruiting is a bit low, nobody is going to bring that momentum in your team except you. And one of the ways that you can bring back momentum in your business, if your business is maybe a bit low right now, it is you who's going to bring up that momentum. And one of the things that you can do is start doing launches. Start doing launches yourself. In fact, start even doing launches yourself to the people, to the new people who are on your contact list, or people that you've met recently who don't know much about Forever Living. And then now start doing launches for new people. Bless you. Sorry. Start doing launches for new people that you bring into the business. Yeah, people who sign up with quarter stock, people who sign up with half stock, and even people who sign up with combo. So launches will create and build momentum. Number two, launches help to build credibility. When you do a one-on-one presentation or a BOM to a new person, when you get to that point of benefits of Forever Living, we explain so much the benefits of Forever Living, and show the new person how they will benefit financially, how they will change their lives. And there's that part you mentioned to them, that you will support them, you will hold their hand, you will help them start up their business. So when you launch someone's business, you're actually putting a stamp, you're actually confirming what you're telling them is true. You told them you would support them, you told them you will help them, you'll help to explain the products or maybe the business opportunity to people that they know. So when you organize a launch for a new person in business, you're actually being true to yourself, and living up to your word. So launches help to build credibility of you to the new person, and also credibility to the marketplace. Yeah, the new person that you brought into the business. Unaona, because when you do a launch for your new person, you're more informed, you have more information about the products, you have more information about the business opportunity. And when you do a launch to them, they will invite their friends, they'll invite their relatives and all that, and you have better knowledge on explaining about the product, you have better knowledge on explaining about the business opportunity. So this will help to build credibility about Forever Living, and credibility about the business, the products, to the new person's network, or to the new person's friends, or people that they will have invited to the launch, other than letting them do it alone. Because you remember, when someone is new, they don't know much about the product, they don't know much about explaining maybe benefits, or explaining in a certain way, or responding to certain questions. And then the other thing as well, that makes launches is important, it also builds credibility. I'm still on the second point. It also builds credibility amongst those people who've not yet joined the business. Last weekend, when we did the launch for Layla's team, Asha and what's the name? What's the other lady's name? Hey, I keep forgetting. Asha and I'll remember. So we did those two launches, and it really helped when I posted those pictures, when I posted those videos on my WhatsApp status. other people saw Yasmin, yes, Asha and Yasmin, other clients or other people, prospects who've not yet joined the business, they started asking, oh wow, so you guys do this for new people. Oh, there's another one who told me, just give me a bit of time, let me look for money so that I buy that combo, so that you launch it for me. I see you guys really do support people when they join the business. You understand? So launches will not only be of benefit to those who are at the launch or those who are participating in the launch. It will also do something to those who are watching, those who have not yet joined the business, and it will give them credibility and confidence that, yeah, for sure, I will make the right decision to join this lady or to join this gentleman or to join this business. Sawa sawa. So another importance of launches, it increases product sales. Guys, when people join Forever Living, remember they did not just have money seated somewhere in their bank account or just chilling somewhere in their bank account, waiting for it to buy a combo. Yeah, when people buy combos, it is an investment, it is a sacrifice, it is money that they would have done something else with that money, but they've decided to buy Forever Living starter pack and start their business. So it is your responsibility. Recruiting is responsibility. Team building is responsibility. It is your responsibility as the person who has recruited someone or share the business opportunity to someone and they've opted maybe to buy stock. It is your responsibility to help them to learn how to sell these products. So doing a launch helps them to increase their sales so that the money that they have invested to buy the combo to start coming back. Yeah. And then when a new person starts selling, especially from a launch, there's just something that it does to them. It gives them confidence. So this person, even if you tell them to organize another launch after that, or if you tell them to go for an expo, if you tell them to run an advertisement so that they can get more leads, they are confident. They've seen it is possible to sell these products, and they've seen people are actually buying this product. So launches are very important because they increase sales. The other thing is also increasing recruiting, because some people that you will invite to launches, they will probably be interested to join in as distributors. Let me give you an example of a launch we did on Sunday. There is a lady during the launch. In fact, before we finished the launch, we were halfway. She was like, by the way, is it possible for me to also join in as a distributor so that I can educate people the way you guys are doing it and sell to the Sudan community that I am part of? You understand? And actually, the launch that we went on Sunday, it is the lady who joined is as a result of a launch that she had attended, I think a month or two before that. You understand? So launches will not only help you make sales, but it will also help you get people who can also be interested in the opportunity and join the business. Sawa sawa. So launches also help to create urgency amongst the person that is being launched for, amongst their network. When you do a launch, you have products there with you. You have the two gels and so on. So once you finish a launch, we're getting to that part of how to do a launch, but I'll just mention this. Once you finish to do a launch, you need to ask the participant, which product are you buying now? Which product do you want to use now? I remember in that launch on Sunday, there's a lady who had to buy a product just because everyone else had bought except her. And she was like, hey, so that I don't leave here just like that, let me just buy a tooth gel. You understand? So launches have a way of creating urgency and also creating FOMO amongst those people who have attended a launch, whether it is a physical launch or a virtual launch as well. Sawa sawa. So launches really help also to develop new leaders, because when you do a launch for your new person, in fact, they need to be there. As a leader, if you're doing a launch for your new person, make sure they are there. Make sure they are there so that they can learn how you're doing it. So that next time they recruit someone, they are confident enough to do a launch by their own, so that you as a leader can also focus on launching other new people or mentoring other people as well. So launches are very important, and they really help to create independence as well, because guys, we are getting to a season where we are recruiting so many people, we are signing up so many people, and time is also limited. Like tomorrow, is date 8. Just next week will be mid-month. Imagine signing up 10 people and all of them need launches, and it is only one leader who knows how to do a launch, or two leaders who know how to do a launch. You see, now that will cause delay in launches, and that will cause delay in momentum, that will cause delay in productivity, that will cause delay in sales. So a launch is an opportunity for you who's attending a launch or being part of a launch to learn how to do it, so that you can also be independent and be able to do it yourself. Are we together up to there, leaders? If we are together, please type together for me on the chat box. All right. So how do you prepare for a launch? How do you prepare for a launch? Number one, define your objective. What are you going to do in that launch? When you know what you're going to do in that launch, you're going to be prepared. If you know you're going to sell in that launch, if you know you're going to do demonstrate, if you know you're going to sell in that launch, that means you cannot go for a launch without stock. Even if you don't have enough products, you will borrow. If you know your objective is to go and show people how the product works and all that, you will not go there without samples. You will not go there without certain things that I will talk about as the training is continuing. You will be prepared. When you have a goal in mind, when you have an objective in mind, you will give it your all. You will show up the best way possible, and you will prepare yourself as well. You'll not go to a launch shagala bagla and just go and do it and then get out of the launch like that. You understand? When you have an objective in mind, you will not leave that launch until you achieve that objective. You understand? So define your objective, why you're doing that launch, okay? And then number two, identify your target market. Or your audience. When you know your audience, like for example, maybe a new person has joined into your business, they have bought a combo, let them understand, and maybe they are a teacher. Understand, is the audience, is the people that they're going to invite just teachers, or it's going to be teachers and mothers and stay-at-home moms, so that when you're doing a launch, you can accommodate everyone. You understand? Like for example, the launches that we've done the last two over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, the actually 99% of the participants are Muslims. So that means during the launch or during the training, you need to mention things that will make them confident, like the products are halal, and also there are certain topics that are also very sensitive that you cannot go deeper into explaining, like vitality and fertility, because they are very private people when it comes to that. So when you understand your audience, you will know how to approach every topic. You will know how to relate with them. If you know your audience is teachers, if you know your audience is mothers, if you know your audience is stay-at-home moms, if you know your audience it's men, there are things that you will take your time and discuss more about. If your audience is men, you'll discuss more about vitality, you'll discuss more about fitness, you'll discuss more about things that relate to them. If your audience is mothers, you'll make sure that when you get to the point where you are explaining about products, about kids products, you take your time and explain, because that is your target audience. So it is very important for you to identify your target audience. So when you're organizing for a launch, whether a virtual launch or a physical launch, know your target audience, know the target audience of your team member. Ask them to invite, but then also have a call with them, have a conversation with them, let them explain to you who and who and who and who and who is coming. There's the launch that we did on Saturday. I remember Leila, she called me aside and she was like, Charity, there is a lady who's coming and she's a doctor. You know how doctors are. There are people who are learned, and there are people who are very particular. So, jua tu. She was like, jua tu venye utaongea, how you'll explain every point, so that it doesn't bring any contradiction and all that. So make sure you know your audience, because you might be talking about certain things and maybe the audience that is there is against what you're talking about, and that will create a bit of tension during the presentation or during the launch. So ask questions from your downline or your team members so that you can know the people that you'll be expecting during the launch. The other thing is set a date. The moment someone signs up in the business, whether with a half stock, quarter stock, full stock, make sure you set a date for their launch. Like right now, I know the next launch we are having is on Saturday in Kericho, in Eldoret, and then the next one is on Sunday in Kericho, and then the next launch that we are having is on 19th. Like right now we already have launch dates set, so that when we are recruiting people, we are telling them on this day we are doing a launch here, on this day we are doing a launch for this and this person. Would you like to join us in that launch, so that we can also join launch your combo as well. The next launch that we have is on date 26. So make sure you have dates, and the moment you sign up someone into the business, tell them these are the dates available, can we do your launch on this day, so that they can also have time to invite their people to attend that launch, or physically, or attend that launch on Zoom. I'll also guide you guys on how you can do a successful launch on Zoom, because there are certain prospects that you will get who are far away from you. Maybe you're in Nairobi, they are in Mombasa, you're in Mombasa, they are in Eldoret. So sometimes maybe traveling might not be convenient. You can still do a successful product launch for your new member on Zoom. So set a date for a launch, where you're going to do that launch, whether it is online or Zoom, or whether it is a physical place, all right? And then delegate roles. After this presentation, I'll share a document of that we use during our launches. So that document is just a training of the different categories of products that we have. There's personal care. Actually, there's introduction, there's personal care, there's skin care, there's digestive health, there's fertility, and then there's kids health. So what we have done is what we do is delegate roles. Like someone will do introduction. Like for me, I do introduction until personal care, and then after until skin care, personal care, and then after personal care, there's skin care. There's another lady, Grace. She went here in Nakuru. She's the one who does our skin care trainings during launches. After skin care, there's weight management. Dorcas does weight management. After weight management, there's kids supplements. Wambo does kids supplements. So even when you delegate, delegate to and prepare your team members on what they will do. Yeah. And people who are maybe good, not really good, but they are conversant with that particular topic. So you see, now a launch is usually for like 2 hours. So speaking continuously for 2 hours also creates a bit of monotony. So if you can delegate, when you're doing a launch, you can invite your upline to join you. You can invite a cross line, like Wambo is a cross line. You can invite a team member, another member of your team to join you during that launch, so that he or she can help you do the launch. So delegate roles and prepare people. Tell your team members you're going to do or help them choose what they are going to do during that launch, so that you don't have monotony when you're doing the launch. Higher. So prepare your presentations as well. I will share the presentation that we use for our launches, home launches, hotel launches, and even Zoom launches. It is actually the same document. So this document, when I share it, please edit it according to your liking. Put a nice introduction. You can remove what you feel like is not relevant. Add what you feel like you need in that presentation. So make sure you always have a presentation ready for doing a launch, whether physical or virtual. You need a laptop as well for presentations, yeah, because some launches you will do them at home, some of them you'll do them in hotel, some of them you'll even do them on Zoom. On Zoom, you can use your phone, so it's easier. it's simple. But now presentations that are outside, maybe online, you need a laptop at least. Yeah, so if you don't have a laptop, you need to work on how at least you can have a laptop, because a laptop will help you in projecting. If you're using a projector, a laptop will help you in broadcasting. If you're using a smart TV, actually this weekend, that's when I learned that you can actually broadcast your laptop to a TV. I never knew. We didn't even use the projector. Yeah, so projector, in our team, we only have one projector, so you can always borrow prior and return. But most hotels, most restaurants, they do have projectors, and most homes and most hotels as well have smart TVs as well. So you can project you can what is it called? You can broadcast your laptop to the TV and still show your slides during a launch. And then the other thing I've talked about, of course, is smart TV. Know how to connect your laptop to a smart TV, or when you want to do a presentation for the launch. Sawa. So make sure you prepare yourself. Make your presentation, edit your presentation. Don't do last minute. You want to transfer the document last minute. You want to connect things last minute. When you do things last minute, you get anxious. When you get anxious and you're meeting new people, probably you'll not deliver. You'll even find yourself forgetting things. Sawa. Haya. So if you don't know how to edit, please ask your upline to teach you how to edit. Personally, I use a very simple application using my phone. It's called WPS. Please download it. It's called WPS. So when I send that document, open it using WPS and then edit. So you can remove and add what you want. Sawa. Haya. The other thing that you need when you're preparing for a launch is products, new products, because you go there with faith, guys. You go there with faith that you're going to sell. So you have to go with the products, especially these fast selling products. Have lip balms, have deodorants, have two gels. You need to be prepared. That is why you need stock. There's a training I did in the past and I mentioned about having faith stock. You buy those two gels knowing you're going to sell them. Buy those deodorants knowing you're going to sell them. And trust me, you will sell them. So have stock, of course, including maybe the starter pack or combo products that your downline or your team member has. Also, as an upline, add some more products for them. And then also have materials like flyers, uh, like what are they called, catalog. Make sure you have a catalog. Make sure you have flyers. If you need a contact of a gentleman who makes my flyers, or the person who makes flyers here in Nakuru, please make sure you inbox. I will share. Also in Nairobi, there's a gentleman who does. Or if you have any other contact of someone who makes you flyers, make sure you share with your team members so that they can also have flyers when they're going to do launches and all that. Also have products for sampling. That's why we need to use products. When you go for a launch, carry all the products that you use. Carry the 2 gel, carry the Dio, carry the omega-3, carry, so that people can sample. I've had, actually, yesterday on Sunday, there's a lady who smelled my the deodorant spray for women. What is it called? That one, the one in green. She smelled it and she was like, I want that one. Immediately she paid for it. You understand? There are other ladies who are concerned about the taste for aloe, so we gave them a taste and they ordered. They placed their orders. So make sure you carry sample products, and for you to have sample products, you need to be a user of the products. Okay, so sample products also help in doing demonstration. In our team, we always do 2 demonstrations. Is it 2 or 3? 3 demonstrations. The first demonstration is aloe vera. We do demo for aloe. So how do you do a demonstration for aloe? You need aloe vera gel. Of course, for me, I encourage the person ambaye tunamfanyia launch, we open their aloe vera there and then. This is also to encourage them to use the product, because once they open, they will not sell it. They'll have to use it. So we open that aloe vera there and then we do aloe demo using iodine. All right. So that is another thing that you need. You need everyone here, leaders, go buy iodine in chemist. Iodine is being sold inauzwa kwa chemist. I think it's 170 or 100 shillings. That iodine will last you even a whole year because, or even 6 months, because you just use very little of it. Sawa sawa. So you need tools for trade. You need products for sampling, like the aloe. You need omega-3 also. Omega-3 demonstration, you use initonga polystyrene. I mean, itwaje, that whitish thing that is usually in the boxes for electronics. When you buy TV, when you buy fridge, that white thing, that one is what we use to do demonstration for omega-3, how omega-3 breaks down cholesterol in the body or in the bloodstream. So you need that. You need omega-3, you need aloe vera gel, you need iodine, you also need an open tooth gel. So if you don't carry your tooth gel, make sure you open a new tooth gel for your new person who has joined the business there. That is to encourage them also to use the product. And then you also need to have toothbrush. You also need to have toothbrush because people that you invite to the launch, some of them have never used the product. So you give them to sample. So ikifika part ya personal care, you can choose 2 people to go and brush their teeth and ask them to come back and give their feedback, and from there you get to sell. From there we have sold as well. Sawa sawa. So those are some of the extras that you need. Also, you need tumblers because there are places that you can go and you won't find clear glasses. So buy tumblers, guys. Those are tools for trade that everyone needs. You need to buy tumblers. Tumblers, go and buy from supermarket. I think they're like 10 or 15 of them. You'll find at 100 shillings, if I'm not wrong, because they will help you in doing those demonstrations. The demonstrations for aloe and the demonstrations for omega-3 as well. Sawa sawa. Are we together up to there? So I hope you've noted down what you need, what you must have as a leader. Yeah. So how do you execute a launch? Sasa wakati wa launch umefika, you are at the location. How do you execute a successful launch? Number one, of course, starting on time. Yeah, most launches in our team, we do sometimes from 12 p.m., sometimes from 2 p.m. So if you're an organizer of a launch, kama ni when unafanyiwa launch, or you are the leader who's leading that launch, if you set time, the time that the launch is supposed to start is 12 p.m., make sure you're there at least an hour early, 2 hours early, even better, so that you can arrange the products, so that you can prepare yourself, so that if there's any technical hitch, you can take care of it. Like what happened to us last weekend, I forgot one cable for the projector, so the projector was not working. At least we had some time, and eventually we found out that you can broadcast your laptop to the TV. You understand? So imagine if I had gotten there at 2 p.m. and then I find out I don't have the projector cable, or you find out you don't have your laptop cable, or you find out your phone has an issue. You understand? So make sure you get to the venue on time. If you're doing a home launch, make sure you get there on time. If you're doing a hotel launch, make sure you get there on time and prepare yourself, so that that early, getting there early also helps you to fight anxiety as well. So get there on time, start on time. And then number 2, welcome guests warmly. Once everyone has settled, welcome your guests warmly. In fact, it's not you who's supposed to welcome the guests. It is the person you're doing the launch for. Yeah, your downline is the one to welcome the guests and also now welcome you, so that you can take it up from there to explain to do the explanation of the launch. And then create curiosity. During the launch, let it not be too professional, let it not be too serious. Make it warm, make it engaging. Ask questions. Like, for example, when you're explaining about aloe vera gel, you can ask them, when was the last time you did a detox? Or ask them, what do you use to detox? It will bring some engagement, and and also that will also help to ease some tension in you as well. Sawa sawa. Share stories and testimonials. So during the presentation or on the presentation document, edit and add testimonials of people who've used like the Detox, the C9, people who've used the skincare products, people who've used maybe the fertility, the kids products. Edit and put screenshots there so that people can see it's actually there are products that are working and other people have been able to use them. And then also share your own personal testimony. That is why using products is very, very, very important. Yeah. So as a leader, share your own personal testimony. Like in my presentation, I've put a picture of my weight loss testimony and also my skincare testimony. Maybe you don't have a similar testimony. For you, maybe it is just detox. Yeah. You can share your testimony. When you're doing your introduction, why you're passionate maybe about Forever Living products, or why you like Forever Living products is because you've been able to benefit from 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the products. Sawa sawa. So share product testimonies, share stories and product testimonies. You can even share stories of your clients as well when you're doing the launch. Demonstrate products. All right. When I share that presentation, at the end of the presentation, that is where we do the demo. So you need to be prepared with the equipments, or rather the things, the items that you use to do the demonstration. Educate before selling. Selling inakuwaga ya mwisho. When you're finishing the launch, that is when you ask people, now that you've understood how the products work, now that you're excited, you've sampled the products, we have enough products for you. You can buy the 2 gel, you can support maybe your friend, you can support your neighbor, you can support whoever however that person is related to them. You can just tell them, support them by buying this 2 gel, this deodorant, these are the prices and all that. But now before you start selling to them, you educate them on matters personal care, educate them on matters skincare, educate them on matters all the categories of products, so that by the end, people will have known they need to buy this and this. And even if some of them don't buy, then they can give dates, they can commit to later dates that they will be buying the product. So education before selling is very important. And then end with a clear call to action. Like for me, after every launch, I tell the participants, I appreciate them for coming, and I tell them, now that you've listened and you've learned, we would like you to support your friend, or we would like you to support whoever invited you by buying 1 or 2 products. Able to, we don't give them an option. Yeah, we tell them to buy. All right. So yeah, that is how we execute a launch. And then depending with how comfortable someone is, because there are people who are comfortable inviting people to their homes, there are people who are not comfortable at all, and there are people who are okay maybe preparing a meal, there are people who are not. So just depending with your prospect, have a conversation with your prospect, give them all the options and let them choose. There are those who are okay inviting people into their home, making tea for them and all that. Alafu, there's just something about inviting someone to your house and and making them tea that make them feel indebted. They'll feel like, most of them will be like, Yani, she has invited us to our house, she has made tea for us and snacks and all that. At least the least I can do is buy that deodorant that she's selling. The least that I can do is buy that aloe vera gel, or commit to buy that C9. So si lazima launch iwe kwa nyumba, but kama inaweza kuwa kwa nyumba, well and good. There are launches that we've done in hotels because there are prospects who are not comfortable, or they were not in a position to invite people into their home. So you just hire a conference, a small conference hall in a hotel, invite people, do a launch, depending with the cost. You can offer tea, you cannot offer tea, depending with the budget or different team members and prospects as well. Sawa, guys. And then the other thing also, you can combine launches as well. You can combine launches. Maybe if your weekends are busy, or time is tight and you don't have much time, you can combine launches. Maybe you've recruited 2 people, they've bought combos at the same time or around the same time. You can consult with them. If they are comfortable, let them invite their people together and do a collective launch. It even saves up on time for them and also for you as well. Sawa. So that is what to do during the launch. What do you do after the launch? What do you do after the launch? Okay, launch imeisha, people are taking tea, or people are making orders, people are asking questions and all that. Encourage your team member to do a follow-up within 24 hours, because there are customers who will tell you, acha nijipange, I'll buy tomorrow, ama I'll make a down payment. So you make sure your prospect has a book and a pen to note down. For us, after every launch, whoever launch mwenye launch, we give them a book, or we encourage them to get a book and a pen and write down names of people who've said they are interested with a certain product, they're interested maybe to join the business, they're interested to buy next week. They write down and follow up with them the next day. Sawa sawa. So follow up is very, very important. In fact, immediately after a launch is take orders there and then. In the first steps to manager, ile part ya launch inakuwaga imeandikwa aje, take orders after a launch, take orders and future and organize future meetings or schedule future appointments. So take orders and note down people that you will your prospect or you will follow up on after that launch. Register interested people immediately, because a launch is an opportunity for you to also get a business owner or a distributor or a team member. Yeah, so there are people who will be interested. Oh, I forgot to mention, before people even start shopping, give them an option. There are three options. There is an option of buying from your team member at retail. There is an option of them being registered so that they can buy at 5%, and eventually their sales can accumulate and get them to 30%. Most of them will be curious. They'll be like, "Hey, yeah, I can actually buy products at 30%." Yeah. Also give them that option of purchasing a combo so that they can buy products at 30% discount. There are some who will ask you, in fact, we've gotten so many people ask, hata mimi nikinunua hiyo combo, even me, when I buy that combo, you guys will launch it for me. Yeah. And we told them yes, and that resulted to a combo that was bought, that we launched on Sunday. And the same Sunday, there's a lady who asked the same question, and she's buying a combo, and we are launching it on 19th. You understand? So there are people who will be interested in the business. So during the launch, also mention the option of people joining in as smart customers and also people joining in as distributors, and assure them that the same thing you've done to that team member or to their friend or whoever invited them to that launch, you will do it for them. So it will give them confidence, because tayari watakuwa wamesha experience how a launch is. They'll start thinking about who they will invite to their launch and all that. So register interested people immediately, start following up on them so that they can also purchase their starter pack and organize for the next launch. Deliver products promptly. Because from launches, two gels are only 3 in the combo. So if all of them get purchased and someone wants another one and it's not there, promise them, if it is on a Sunday, promise them that they will get on Monday, and make sure they get on that Monday. Yeah. If it is on a Saturday, Sunday is not open, promise them they'll get on Monday, and they actually get on that Monday. Get the products on that Monday. Let your client not follow up on you. Make sure you're the one who's following up on the customer and keeping them updated. So deliver the products promptly. It makes your customers that you've gotten from the launch to even trust you more. And then welcome new team members into the training. So for those who will have been interested in the business during the launch, welcome already to business. Wale wenye bado hawajajoin wataanza kukuwa na fomo. They'll be like, hey, hata mimi ni join hii kitu ama nisijoin. Yeah, so we've had instances like those ones as well. Help new distributors launch their business. Yeah, so a launch is an opportunity for you to organize for another launch. Alright? Kwa wale wenye tayari wako kwa hiyo launch na kwa wale wenye hawako kwa hiyo launch. So as a team leader, whenever a launch happens, take videos, take pictures, post them in the groups, post them in your academies. Academies ni zile groups za watu ambao they've not yet they've not yet become assistant supervisors. Post them in your bigger group as well. Those who've not yet become assistant supervisors will feel the FOMO. They'll feel the FOMO, hata me, I need to buy my combo ASAP so that it can be launched. And trust me, that FOMO has really worked for us. Sawa. So review results and improve the next launch. Yeah. A launch or an event, once an event ends, that's an opportunity for you to review it and see, what did I do What did we do good? What can we continue with? What can we improve with? What can we minus on? You understand? Like right now from our past launch, we were like, instead of kushinda kubebana na projector everywhere, before we go for a launch, we need to just ask that hotel if they have a smart TV, or ask that home if they have a smart TV. If they have a smart TV, we don't need to carry our projectors. You understand? So sometimes you might mess up during a launch. Sometimes you might make a mistake, but let not it be obvious. Sometimes you might talk too much. Sometimes you might talk less, but a launch is an opportunity for you to make it better to the next launch. It's an opportunity for you to learn. Same here. I'm learning every single day when I go to launches, different launches, because I meet different people. I get different questions. I get different feedbacks also from people, which make me want to improve and better my skill on doing launches. So these are some of the common mistakes that you need to avoid when it comes to doing a launch. Number one, starting late. Where? There are people who are very cautious with time, because you never know who will come to that launch. You never know who they are. Like over the weekend, we had a lady who's a politician. We actually found out later during the launch that she's a politician. And politicians, how they are with time and all that. So I'm just imagining if Wambo and I got to that launch late and we were just slow, we were not straight to the point, she would have probably been bored and walked out. You understand? So starting late is a no-no. If a launch is at 12, get there by 10. If a launch is at 2, get there by 1 latest, or even by 12 latest, that you can prepare yourself. Let people who are coming to the launch find you there. Sawa sawa. Number 2, poor planning. Hey, me, a day before a launch, a day before an event, I call everyone that has a role. I make sure uko sawa hiyo part ya introduction, uko sawa hiyo part ya skincare, what do I need to add, what do I need to remove, so that you don't look confused during a launch. You understand? So poor planning, that is a no-no. All right, make sure you plan well for your launches. You have products, make sure you have those products for sampling. You have the policies, that one, and the iodine. Make sure you're prepared. Don't make a mistake like me and go to a launch without charger cable ya nini, cable ya, but anyway, mistakes happen. Cable ya projector. So the previous night, make sure everything is check. Inviting people last minute is also a no-no, because people will come up with excuses. You'll pay for a hall and then find yourself, you only, or one person or two people. Say you umelipa hall 4,000, 5,000. So do not do last minute invitation. So if it is a launch, at least have a whole week for preparation, have a whole week for inviting and preparing people, so that you can have a higher turnout as well. Sawa sawa. Another common mistake is not following up. Make sure you follow up on your on people that you're inviting to a launch, and remind your team member every day. Call them. Have you invited? How many people have confirmed? How many have said they are coming? Every single day, have a call with them. Make sure you're bumper to bumper with them, so that they can invite. At the end of the day, they're the ones who will be happy after a successful launch, because they will have sold, their money will have started coming back. Another common mistake is no call to action. After a launch inaisha na unaachanisha, inakuwa too flat. Okay, you're done with the launch, and then everyone is walking out or people are leaving. No, after a launch, there has to be a call to action. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for creating time. I hope you've learned. So we'll really appreciate if you supported this lady or this gentleman by buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 product. Like, give people a way forward. After teaching them what is the way forward, they need to buy. Don't go through the don't go through the bush, or don't beat around the bush. Straight up. And then another common mistake is trying to launch too many things at once. Yeah. Let a product launch be a product launch. Do not combine it with a business opportunity presentation. All right. Because when you combine it with a BOM is another 1 hour. A launch maybe has taken 2 hours. Keeping people for 3 hours, it will lose its relevance. So if it is a launch, let it be a launch. Just mention the business uko mwisho ikiisha, and tell them, by the way, you can join as a distributor, If you want more information on how to join, more about the marketing plan, all the benefits, we will invite you to the next session, Evo. Sawa sawa. So don't do too many things during a launch. Let a launch be a launch. And then low enthusiasm, yeah, you need to prepare yourself psychologically. You need to be high on energy. You need to be positive. You just need to be in the best mood before you do a launch. Sawa sawa. So even if it means doing a mindset training, listening to music, dancing, doing affirmations, do it so that you can show up the best way possible during the launch. And of course, long presentations. People don't like long presentations. I have edited my presentation over and over, and I'm still editing to add and remove some things to make sure that she's very short, to the point, and still relevant and productive. Sawa sawa. So guys, this is the simple launch formula. Preparation, all right? Promotion. So that is where invitation comes in. So you need to invite, you need to encourage and even push. Sometimes you have, as a leader, you have to push your team members to invite. Yeah, push them to invite, remind them to invite, promote, and then presentation. Prepare. Prepare your presentation, make sure your documents ziko sawa, you've edited, you've transferred to the laptop, everything is working well and opening well. And then action now during the presentation, how you conduct yourself, how you dress, guys, is also very, very important, because people will address you how you dress. People will treat you how, how your outlook is. So when you're going to do a launch, when you're going to meet people, make sure you dress well, dress decently, look good, and look neat as well, look like the part. And then of course, following up is very important after a launch. Encourage your new person, or even if it is you who's doing a launch, make sure you follow up. Those names, write down who is interested in what, who wants what, when, so that you can follow up with them after that. And then of course, lastly, duplication. Once you do this launch with your team member, teach them, teach them how to do it, so that next time they can do it on their own. They are confident to do it on their own. I'm looking at a time where our weekend is so busy because there are 20 launches happening in different places. Does that mean growth for us? Yes. Does that mean productivity, money for us? Yes, absolutely. So that is my short or long presentation about launches. I hope you've learned something, and I hope at least you've gotten a guide on how to do an effective product launch for yourself and also for your team members as well. I will share the document. So guys, I will mention again, if your team member and their people are far away, like it's challenging to get them all in one place, feel free to, you see the way we are doing a Zoom meeting right now, organize a Zoom product launch and ask your team member to invite their people. Go to ChatGPT, get a nice caption, share it to your team member, and tell them to broadcast and invite people to that launch. Yeah. Before we started doing physical launches, I used to do a lot of online launches for new people. And their clients, their friends used to join, their families used to join. Some of them used to get sales from there. So if physical is not possible, online can also work. So I will take questions. 2 minutes for questions. Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question, you can just raise your hand so that I can unmute you. 2 minutes for questions. Anyone with a question, you need clarification? Okay, Esther, let me unmute you. Esther, ask to unmute. I've unmuted you.
Good evening, and I hope you are all doing well. Thank you so much, Gabana, for the presentation. It is going to come in really handy to help us do these launches. So my question is, what if you get a prospect when they're going to get their combo pack, and they have this fear that they don't have people or the people that they have. Let's just say, for example, they are a student, or that this particular prospect is a student, and they feel like they don't have the people with the purchasing power to get to buy this product. Which option can you be able to give this person now that they are planning, or they have purchased the Start Your Journey combo pack? Because now
Okay.
the fear is about selling these products and they don't have people of purchasing power.
Okay, for such situations, maybe I can advise on three options. The first option is doing an online launch for them. Mtu kama huyo maybe akona hiyo uoga ya watu wangu, maybe they'll not be able to come and all that. So you create a caption for them, create a poster for them, and tell them to broadcast to everyone and not prejudge everyone on their contact list. Invite them to that launch. So you do an online launch for that person. That online launch, as much as anasema maybe their network is not there, people who don't have money nini, unaambia the whole point is sensitization, letting people in their network know that anauza hiyo product. Maybe huyo watu wake wanaweza kosa kuwa na pesa this month, wanaweza kosa kuwa na pesa this year, but next year wanaweza kuwa na pesa, but at least alikuwa amewainform previously, they know. Even if they don't buy right now, at least they know. The other way is now expos. Yeah, you can organize expos for them. Yeah, expos are happening everywhere. Kisii, Kericho, Kisumu, Nairobi. Organize an expo for them whereby they can go. You can go with them. Don't just tell them waende peke yao. You can go with them so that you can help them market the products offline. The other option, ingia online. You know, the same way some of us joined the business na tukaanza ku market products online and the business still worked out. So if for sure they do not have a network, or those two options they are not working, go online, run advertisements for them, and they will still sell products from the combo.
Thank you so much. Well answered.
You're welcome. Any other person with a question? Otherwise, if you've learned, please let me know if you've learned, if the training has been of value to you. Anyone else with a question? Learned. Nash. Okay. Nash, let me unmute you. Oh, unmuted.
Thank you so much for the training. First, once they have already sent the broadcast for this physical one, like to their friends and everyone, inviting them, do they call them afterwards? Ama tu akishatuma message ni hivyo sasa?
Message pekee is not enough. They call them afterwards just to confirm kama waliona hiyo message and do an invitation again.
Okay. Then secondly, as you've said on the presentation, after you've welcomed them, okay, guest ama mwenye anafanyiwa launch amewakaribisha, wakishatuka chini, you just get straight to the presentation. Ama kwanza you start like getting to ask when you okay, like hiyo karapo. how can you maybe like do like a 2 seconds of how you do that introduction?
Okay, so let's say for example, launch ya Leila, I asked her to talk first so that she can welcome her cousins and family, and then she shared her story briefly, how like what we are here to do and how she came across Forever Living, and then she invited me. So for me, I went ahead and introduced myself. And then I shared why we are here, and I shared my story. Na my story haikuwa business story, my story ilikuwa product story, because we are here to teach them about health. So I just shared with them the reason why I'm here is because I'm a beneficiary of Forever Living products. I've benefited from fitness, I've benefited from skincare, my family has also benefited from their products. And you know, we are just here to teach you on matters health, how you can also benefit from Forever Living products. And also later on in the end of the presentation, we'll teach you also how you can benefit financially from the products. Hivyo tu.
Nice. Then now you get to the PDF. Thank you.
Yeah, and then now you get into the PDF.
Okay, thank you.
Because it's not a business presentation, you don't go deep sharing your story, the achievements, nini. Hizo sasa maybe unaweza enda ushare huko later, sasa tukienda kumalizia when you're mentioning about the option of them joining the business. Now you can say, for me, I joined the business and this is what I've been able to do. If you're interested, you can also join us. But mwanzo, just keep it like a health talk.
For the online launch, it's also almost a similar thing. The guest person and nini, and then now you take over.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Anyone else that I've left behind who has a burning question? I think that's it. So yeah, guys, let's recruit. Tusiwe na woga wa kurecruit, sababu unajua kuna watu wengine you are afraid to recruit, you are afraid to tell someone to buy a combo because you don't know what to do with them after that or to do for them after that. At least now we know. So tusiwe na woga wa kurecruit, tusiwe na woga wa kuambia watu they need to buy combo, they need to buy half combo. Hapana. At least you know, okay, mtu akishanunua, this is what I need to do for them. Yeah, and if you've never done a launch before, tell your upline or request your upline to help you do it or to guide you on how to do it. Trust me, when you do the first one, the second one, hizo zingine ni walk over. We mwenyewe tu nitakuwa unajiorganizia launch yako, tunashtukia unafanya launch mahali fulani. So I think that's it. I'll let our managers share a word and we'll call it an evening. We'll start with let me see. We'll start with our latest, our freshest manager, Dorcas. You can share your parting shot and yeah. Oh, I have to unmute. Okay, Dorcas. I've unmuted you.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations for joining in this training from the beginning to the end. I know you could be sleeping right now, but you took your time to join in, and congratulations for that. And I hope you've learned and you're going to implement everything that we've learned. Thank you so much, Leader Charity, for